in the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and the Dow. I'm going to go ahead and head over to that trade now. So this big jump here, this was unemployment claims and the GDP. Both of those came in better than expected. There's a website called Forex Factory. It comes out with all kinds of different economic data, not just Forex. As you can see here, U.S. unemployment claims, and it covers different markets all over the world. But we'll go back here and boom, 103. Okay, cool. We should be at break even for the day now, at least. Yeah, cool. Had some trades last night, some currency trades that didn't go well. Probably going to pull back from trading currency and just focus mostly on equities. And yep, so the GDP report came in at a growth of 2.8% versus a forecast of 2%. Last quarter, we had 1.4%. And you can kind of get an idea of how it will affect the currency. For example, from thinking.com, July 20th, they had a article on US and inflation data and the GDP data. Right here, they say we're looking for stronger GDP data and a 0.2 month-on-month core PCE deflator print in the next week. That PCE is the core inflation number. The Fed's favorite inflation gauge is the PCE. So that's coming out Friday, tomorrow. But as you can see here, this should keep a current Fed rate cut expectation firmly in place. As of right now, there's a very high chance that we will be cutting in September. And then every meeting going forward for a long time, probably until 2026. Let's go back to the trade. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pullback. I'll probably go ahead and take profits on the Dow. And then I'll get back in this trade when the market opens. Got to go do some real estate activities. Well, looks like we are shooting up. What I'll do here is I'll place a limit buy here. That way it automatically stops me out if it goes below this point. So that is at 41.57. Let's go ahead and place that. Ooh, looks like we already hit it. Cool. Let's get out. And we're bouncing off that zone. That's a pretty strong demand zone. I don't know if I need to get out there. As you can see here, there was a pretty strong sell off here. So that is a supply zone, or what some would call resistance, which just means there's a lot of sell orders right here. But we are now forming a bullish pattern. Higher highs, lower lows. Same thing over here. Looks like this moving average is forming as resistance, or support, I should say. Ooh. Order filled. Filled. Here on the NASDAQ, you can see again we have these higher lows. Boom, 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 boom. And each one of these companies have different components. So I should say each one of these indexes have different components. So the Dow, that's the Dow 30, the industrial average. The S&P 500 is 500 biggest companies in America, and the NASDAQ is tech companies, of course. So what this means is that these indexes, they move in somewhat unison, but they can be independent of each other. Yeah, so let's get ready to sell tech. Okay. Wow. It is really being resistant off of that zone. Goodness. Oh, wow. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to let this ride. I mean, I'm seeing some good signs here from the market. Looks like we might actually have another move up. So I'll place a few stops. One here, and then one below, and then the rest below the breakout. So let's go ahead and place those. So our stop loss for one of these will be at 41.42. for 19 accounts. Stop order. Okay. And as you can see here, now if this falls, one of these four will be sold at this point. Then we're going to sell the rest below the big jump today, which is called the demand zone. All right. The reason for that is because there's a lot of sell orders down here below this demand zone. So if it goes below that, then a lot of those sell orders will trigger, therefore taking the price down. So we're going to do it at 40, 49, just so we don't get stopped out by a small move. All right. So sell. $47. Oh, oops. 47 contracts at, what did I say? 49. No, 49. Make sure that I got the right number of contracts. $19 times 3, 57. All right, the rest will sell below this point. And it looks like we are, oof, falling a little bit. This is what is called a pennant. We have broken this pattern. And it is acting now as support or like a floor. So we are going to place our 3 stops at 19,177 for the NASDAQ. Now we're trying to find a good support demand support level for the S&P. So looking for support and resistance zones here. As you can see here, we have another bullish pennant where this was really just a continuation pattern. So let's draw that out. All right. Same thing. If we break below this pattern, I'll get out. Which looks like about here. Let's zoom into a lower time frame just to really pinpoint our zones. What about this demand zone. 61. About 10 points. It's not too crazy. All right. And we're breaking back out. Cool.
Order rejected.
I accidentally did a buy instead of a sell. So if you're long, if you want to set your stop loss, you can do a stop sell. Whenever it falls down to that price, it will get you out of the trade automatically. You don't have to do anything. All right, 59. Cool. And we'll do one more at 61. All right, I'll keep y'all updated, and we'll be back around 30 minutes or so after the market opens.